Hey, everybody, you know why you're here. You clicked on the thumbnail, you read the title, you know what we're here to talk about. We're here to talk about the pro games that you're going to get if you're a Stadia Pro member in just a couple of days. And I'm pretty excited about the list of games that we're getting. Now, before we get to that list of the games that we're getting, I want to talk about the past few months of Stadia Pro. It has been really, really good to be a Stadia Pro subscriber for a couple of reasons. First off, we've been getting multiple games every single month as part of our subscription, and we've been getting these awesome discounts. And I'm not going to talk about the discounts that we've gotten in the past. Let's talk about the pro games that we've got. Let's go back to June. Let's rewind back to June. I went to the official blog to see what were the games that we got back when June rolled around. Well, we got Get Packed as a pro game. We got Little Nightmares, Power Rangers, Battle for the Grid, Super Hot, Panzer Dragoon, and it's not listed on here as far as a big old picture, but we also got Elder Scrolls Online as part of our June pro games. That's 6 games in June. Then we fast forward a month. Let's take a look at July. In July, the games that we got for pro, we got SteamWorld Dig, we got Crata, West of Loathing, and Monster Boy and the Cursed Kingdom. We got all of those games in July as pro games. Really good deal again. You know, for $10, you can't really go wrong with that deal. If I were to say anything, I would say that Monster Boy, actually, I would say all of these games are worth the $10 on their own, and getting all of them for $10 is an absolute steal. Fast forward again to August. In August, we got Just Shapes and Beats. Awesome game. We got Kona. Still very early in that game, but I really did enjoy the short amount of time that I got to spend in it so far. Driving around in the snow was just hit a little too close to home for me. It was a little scary. Strange Brigade is probably my favorite game from August that we got for Stadia Pro. And then that we got Metro 2033 Redux. So that's another month of at least 4 games. So in June, we got 6. In July, we got 4. In August, we got 4. How many are we going to get in September? Hey, everybody, Bill from the future here. I was in the middle of editing this particular video that you're watching right now when Joel dropped this little nugget of information into our community Discord, link in the description down below, about Avengers. That's right, the Avengers game, which is coming out on September 4th. I've got some really, really good news for you. It's not coming out on September 4th. It is coming out on September 1st, if you buy the correct edition. Let's actually take a look at the link that he sent to us. Early access. While Marvel Avengers launches officially September 4th, 72-hour early access is granted for those who pre-order one of 3 editions: the PlayStation Store exclusive digital edition, the Deluxe edition, and Earth's Mightiest edition. Now, the Earth's Mightiest edition is a physical order only, and I don't think that there is a Stadia version of that. At least I don't think so. So we're talking about the Deluxe edition. If you buy the Deluxe edition of the game, you get the game early. Now, you might be saying, hold on a sec, Bill. Pre-orders. Stadia doesn't have pre-orders. Well, you know what? You're right. Stadia doesn't have pre-orders, but, and this is how I think they'll do this. The official launch of the game is on September 4th, right? If they put the game on the store on September 1st, but they still say that launch is on September 4th, and if you buy the Deluxe edition, then you're all set. Okay? So here's when these actual launches will be. On PS4 and Xbox One, it will be September 1st, a rolling midnight release. So depending on your time zone, you're going to be playing at different times. That's kind of standard. That happens a lot. On Stadia and on PC, same day, that will happen at 9 a.m. Pacific, 12 p.m. Eastern time. Now, what is the Deluxe edition? Let's take a look. This is the physical and digital example. If you're looking to start the game with some style, The deluxe edition contains an exclusive Obsidian outfit pack, among other great bonuses. So a loot box, which I'm not a fan of loot boxes, but whatever. Moving on. Base game comes with 6 hero nameplates, Obsidian themed Obsidian outfit pack. Like beacons of hope, the Avengers have averted threats unimaginable and deadly to humankind. In these outfits, each superhero fashioned with metallic versions of their iconic outfits, luxurious, simple, and inspirational. I feel like I'm on QVC or something. These outfits exude a finely crafted nature. I have not read this before this moment, so this is hilarious. Nature of wearing suits of armor fit for saving the world with golden accents throughout. I really feel like I'm on QVC. The Avengers are ready to inspire more hope in the people of Earth who have become fearful of the existence of superheroes. 72-hour early access, 1 month free subscription to Marvel Unlimited. That's only with the physical version, so that's not for everybody. And Marvel Unlimited. Oh, and then they tell you about Marvel Unlimited, which is basically like a subscription to Marvel comic books. Anyway, I just wanted to make sure that in the middle of this video, I wanted to make sure you guys knew about this as quickly as possible, and I can't publish 2 videos at the same time, so I'm going to do this one and just kind of combine everything. All right, back to Bill from the past. Is he over there? I think he is. How many are we going to get in September? Well, we're going to get a whole bunch. We're going to get 6 games in September. And I know that there's a lot of people who say, hey, hold on a sec. I'm going to stop before we get to the games. And I know you just saw what they are. A lot of people say, okay, but with Stadia Pro, you only get old games. Okay, that's true. We do tend to get older games on Stadia Pro. My response to that is they're new to me, so I'm okay with that. But guess what? We're getting a brand new game this month that is not out anywhere else, and that is Super Bomberman Online. I think that is clearly the big news, is that Super Bomberman Online is going to be a Stadia Pro game, and we're going to be playing it in just a few days. I'm very excited. That game is super cool looking. It looks like they took Tetris 99, married it to Super Bomberman R, and for me, that's really exciting. I'm a huge fan of Super Bomberman R. I played it a bunch on my Nintendo Switch. This is a new version with online gameplay, and I can't wait to play it. We are also getting Gunsport, Hitman, Ember, Hello Neighbor, and Metro Last Night. And sure, those games are all older games. But Super Bomberman R Online is not an older game. Now, I know that there's going to be people who say that Super Bomberman R Online, when they showed that off, they showed off crowd play. And so that means that we're going to be getting crowd play in just a few days. And I don't know if that's necessarily true, because we have other games that support crowd play. Mortal Kombat 11 supports crowd play. Like, crowd play works with that game. It's only accessible if you happen to be one of the YouTubers that have access to it, but it is there. It is built in, and it works. So crowd play is already kind of out there. It's just that it's not widely available. And Super Bomberman R Online would be the perfect way to launch it everywhere. That's one way that you can guarantee a lot of people playing Super Bomberman R Online on YouTube, and that would bring people in. So Google, I hope that you're going to do that. I hope that you're going to take the handcuffs off of crowd play and let everybody use it. And the next thing that is really important is, when they first gave some people access to crowd play, those same people also had access to streaming to YouTube directly from Stadia without using fancy software like I use. And if that came along with it too, you would see a lot of Super Bomberman R Online streams and a lot of people doing crowd play, especially because this is a pro game. You could see a lot of people signing up for Pro, maybe for the first time. This could drive a lot of people towards Stadia if you use the tools that you have in order to put Super Bomberman R online in the best possible position. Because the one advantage, the biggest advantage that Stadia has over everything else is the buy-in proposition is incredibly low. You don't have to have hardly anything in order to play these games. There's no hardware to buy. Of course, hopefully you have a controller that you can plug into your Chromebook or your computer. But other than that, you really don't need anything. So let's talk about this new blog post that came out today that tells us about the games that we're getting with Stadia Pro, as well as some deals that we're getting. Just to do a quick recap, we've got Gunsport, Hitman, Ember, Super Bomberman R Online, Hello Neighbor, and Metro Last Light Redux. So now, I could be wrong about this, but does that mean that we now have all of the Metro games if you're Stadia Pro, or was Metro? I can't remember the name of it. Was that the newest Metro game? Was that a Stadia Pro game? I can't remember, and I didn't think about it until just now. Leave a comment down below and remind me, because I forget things. Goldfish memory and everything. All right, so here's what they had to say. There's more to play on Stadia soon. Claim all 6 games with Stadia Pro starting September 1st, and they're yours to keep as long as you're a Stadia Pro member. Just want to remind everybody that you can also just buy these games and not be a Stadia Pro member and keep playing them, no subscription needed. That's a big myth out there that people need to remember. First, on Stadia, take on 63 other players in Super Bomberman R Online. It's the biggest Bomberman challenge ever. First on Stadia, Gunsport is an action-packed 2-on-2 competitive challenge. Take on rival teams in rapid-fire trick shot competition on Stadia Pro. First on Stadia? I thought Gunsport was an older game that was getting ported to Stadia. I think I may have been wrong about that. New on Stadia, hide in plain sight in Hitman, the stylish stealth action game where you use disguise and your wits to infiltrate the fantastic international locales. That's not a game that really appeals to me, but I know that there's a huge following of Hitman. There's a lot of people who really, really like that game, and so for those people, I'm happy. New on Stadia, something strange and sinister is going on down the street in Hello Neighbor. Can you solve the mystery, survive the cunning traps, and avoid a devilishly clever enemy who always seems to be one step ahead of you? All right, so Hello Neighbor is an incredibly popular game, especially amongst younger people. I'm not going to say that if you play this game, then it's just a game for kids. I would never say that. Games are for whoever enjoys playing them. So I would never say that it's just a game for kids. It is not a game for me. My son loves that game. I sat down and tried playing it, and I didn't like the way that the characters controlled, or the characters, the protagonist. I didn't like the way the game controlled. It felt, I would say, sloppy. Like the controls were very, very sloppy, and the games that I would compare it to as far as control wise, I would say would be like Totally Reliable Delivery Service. I don't like the way that game controls either. Human Fall Flat, I don't like the way that game controls either. And they all kind of control like Hello Neighbor. So I have like a -4 interest in playing Hello Neighbor, but I also recognize that it's a very popular game, and there's some people out there who might want to try it out, and they don't have the hardware that it's on before, so now they can. Then they go on to say, return to the darkness of Moscow subways and battle mutants in Metro Last Light Redux. Finally, team up with your friends in Ember. You can play it free with Stadia Pro starting September 1st. Since Ember is in early access, the developers are continuing to add to the game to give you the best experience. And I have played Ember. I think that it is a very, very interesting game, and I wanted to like it a lot more than I did. The reason that I didn't like it is because the controls felt like Hello Neighbor. So if you like the Hello Neighbor controls, if you don't have a problem with them, then you're probably going to like Ember a lot because it's got a very zany and fun aspect to it. In that game, you play as a firefighter for hire, and you have to like rescue people and steal their money while the house is burning down around you. And it's a very, very interesting game. Now, before August 31st gets here, make sure that you claim Kona Grid and get packed, because after August 31st, you won't be able to claim these games anymore. You will be able to play them if you've already claimed them and you're a Stadia Pro member, but you won't be able to claim them after August 31st. So claim them today and keep them for free as long as you are a Pro member. Once September rolls around, all 3 games will still be available for purchase in the Stadia store. And if, like I said, you'll still be able to play them if you've claimed them. On Friday this week, Windbound launches. That is the game that is very, very similar in style to, I would say, somebody took Breath of the Wild, mixed it with Minecraft, and added in a dash of Wind Waker. And that seems incredibly cool. I don't know if I'm going to pick that up on Friday because I'm currently playing a whole lot of PGA Tour and having an absolute blast with that, which, you know what, I'm going to try and remember to talk about at the end. So anyway, here's what they have to say about Windbound. Set a course for enchanted seas in Windbound. Scavenge scarce resources, battle immense beasts, and encounter ancient magics in a vast archipelago where your quest alternates between serene calm and extreme peril. Windbound is ready to buy on Stadia Store August 28th for $30. Pick up Windbound Launch Edition on Stadia between August 28th and September 11th, and you'll also get bonus in-game content, including the Ancestral Attire, Ancestral Ore, and Ancestral Knife. I like that they're doing that. You know, they're recognizing that right now Stadia does not have the ability to do pre-orders. I don't understand why, but apparently they don't have the ability to do pre-orders right now. So, you know, extending the pre-order bonus for 2 weeks, I think, is a really good solution to that. Okay, I said a second ago that I was going to talk more about PGA Tour, and I will right after we talk about the deals the new deals that are happening on Stadia. I'm not going to go through all of the deals, just the newer deals. Right now, F1 2020 70 edition, if you are a Pro subscriber, is $38. If you're not a Pro subscriber, that is $45. And the Schumacher edition, if you are a Pro subscriber, then it is $45. And if you are not a Pro subscriber, it is $52. So if you are already thinking of picking up F1 on Stadia, what I would recommend is pick up Stadia Pro if you haven't already. Claim all of the games that you can get, which is more than just the 6 that I talked, or actually 9. It's more than just the 9 that I talked about on the video today. There's more games that you can get by getting Pro and claiming it. And then if you're going to buy like maybe the Schumacher edition, you can get it for the same price that you would for the 70 edition. Okay, so that's the blog post for today that I wanted to make sure everybody knew about. And now I want to take a second before I get out of here to talk about PGA Tour 2K21. That game is awesome. I love that game. I'm having an absolute blast with it. And I've already put up my first look at it. I've already put up my, the best visual quality, where I just don't do any commentary and I just record 4K footage so that you guys can see what it looks like coming out of a Chromecast. And if you haven't already checked that stuff out, make sure that you check that out. I'm having a lot of fun with it, but since the first look, I have noticed a lot of bugs. Now, the bugs don't tend to surface themselves when you're just playing golf. The bugs tend to surface themselves when you are trying to do anything in the menus. There have been multiple times where I've been doing something in the menus the game just completely locks up and I can't do anything. So then I have to shut it off, turn it back on. Now, luckily, there's a lot of auto saving going on in the background, so I didn't lose I lost very little progress, but it is very annoying. It's a very annoying thing to happen. I just wanted to let people know about that, and I didn't want to put out an entire video based on that because, like, I mean, I'm done with it in 2 minutes. I don't think that that's really, like, I'm not going to put out a tiny little video like that. So anyway, I just wanted everybody to know about that. Thank you for watching. Hopefully you found this video to be useful, and let me know in the comment section down below which of these pro games that we're getting this month are you most excited about? Gunsport, Hitman, Ember, Super Bomberman R Online, Hello Neighbor, or Metro Last Light? I have to say, I'm very impressed at how much Google is throwing into Stadia Pro. It is very, very quickly becoming one of the best deals in gaming. Between the discounts that we get and the games that are included with our subscription, $10 a month could not be better spent. It's so fantastic. Anyway, I'm out of here. I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.